Our countdown to the Waterfront Blues Festival continues here on AM Extra. Now, summer's big event kickoff, it all kicks off July 1st at Tom McCall Waterfront Park in downtown Portland.
Besides being the biggest party on the Willamette, the festival also benefits some really important causes in our community. One of them, Meals on Wheels People. We're so excited to tell you more about the organization this morning. CEO Suzanne Washington joins us on the couch to talk about their mission and their partnership with Blues Fest. Suzanne, good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
So before we get into a little bit of the ways that Blues Fest helps support, let's first just kind of remind people about Meals on Wheels People and your mission, what you do.
Well, our mission is to make sure older folks have enough food and nutrition and social connection to thrive as they age, and make sure they have enough food, healthy food, to really stay in good health and be able to live independently in their own homes.
Mm-hmm. And what is this partnership with the Blues Festival, and how does it help get your voice and message out there?
It's really a wonderful partnership. We are one of the beneficiaries of the festival. So in fact, there's a cruise coming up, the Rock the Boat cruise, that we are the beneficiary of. But I think mostly it's drawing awareness to food insecurity in our community, especially for older people, but other marginalized communities as well. And we love the partnership because it does bring that awareness and draws people in to help feed older folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I've done some stories over the years with some of the recipients of meals, with some of the volunteers for Meals on Wheels People, and every time I talk to these folks, I'm struck by the fact that there is no common denominator in terms of background or circumstance or living situation, you know, that might bring someone to say, hey, I need a little extra help here. We could truly find ourselves in that situation eventually at any point, any one of us. So how critical is this as a community resource, you know, to be able to make sure that our neighbors have what they need?
Really, 1 in 10 older people in our state are hungry.
Yeah.
They do not have enough funds to either purchase the food necessary, they cannot make the food. So anybody older than 60 years old, we will feed. Just give us a call, we'll get out there, whether it's because they don't have enough funds, whether they can't make the meal, whether they can't get out of their homes. Mm-hmm. We're going to make sure they're fed. And it's really important as neighbors of older folks just to check on them every so often, make sure they have enough food. But it's also about social isolation. We know people, as we age, it's harder and harder. Our friends start to pass. Our family sometimes are not near. So it's really important to check on folks and make sure they have somebody to talk to. And that's the other part of our mission, is to really make sure they have somebody to talk to, be connected and really engaged in our community.
Right. Yeah. And with the pandemic, with the inflation we've seen in recent years, have you seen a demand increasing for these services?
We have. During the pandemic, it went up by 65%.
Wow.
It's come back down to a little more reasonable measure, but every day there are older people aging into need,
yeah.
Where they can't keep up with inflation, and inflation is making people just really have agonizing choices. Do you buy food or do you pay the rent?
Yeah.
Do you buy food or do you get your medicine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So really is a huge factor, and we know people too. Most people want to stay in their own homes as long as possible. Our food allows them to do that, but we also want them to have somebody to talk to and not be alone in those homes as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, with the Blues Fest too, you touched on this some, but it's not just signing a check and you just getting money. You get a platform with this as well. So if you're somebody that's walking into the Blues Fest, how can somebody that's just attending, maybe they didn't even have Meals on Wheels People on their mind, how can they get involved and see you and connect?
Come to our booth. So Meals on Wheels People has a booth, and we'll be there with raffle packages, so you can contribute dollars and hope to win. For example, we have 2 tickets anywhere Alaska Airlines flies.
Oh, nice.
So there's raffle packages. You can donate right there at the booth. You can also check in on volunteer opportunities and how to get involved that way. So come see us.
Great. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, stop by the booth, check out the cruise, and then also if you want to get involved right now, you can donate, you could sign up to be a volunteer and have some of those chats. And what are some of the ways people can get involved?
So go to mowp.org and check out the opportunities, like you said, friendly chats where you can call and talk to older folks that are homebound. You can deliver meals. We also have a Meals for Kids program where you can deliver to families as well. All sorts of opportunities. So just check out our website and that'll give you some information.
Perfect.
Just such a great resource here in the community. Yeah.
No doubt. Suzanne, thank you for taking the time to come in and talk about it. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really
All
appreciate having me.
Yeah, and to learn more again about the important work that Meals on Wheels people does in our community and to learn how you can donate or volunteer, once again, that website is mowp.org. And if you haven't yet, get your tickets right now to the Waterfront Blues Fest. It's July 1st through the 4th at Tom McCall Waterfront Park in downtown Portland. You can always learn more on coin.com.